Reading first, and you can repeat every second time after. Okay, so let's begin. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare one more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. From the heart, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. युग धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.
Hare Krishna everyone. It is my pleasure to introduce today's speaker, Pranjay Prabhu. It's our big opportunity for us listening from you. I'll just introduce his educational and job background. He has completed his BTech Electronics and Communication Engineering from MERIST, a central government university, in 2018. He is currently working as a senior VLIC design engineer at SanDisk. Alongside his professional career, he has been sincerely cultivating Krishna consciousness. He has completed his Bhakti Sastri and is currently pursuing Bhakti Rato, which is a deep study in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Along with that, he is also heading the ISKCON Young Men's Forum at not only one center but three centers: Panathur, Velandur, and Dodanagundi. He has been guiding us and many young people in applying the practical teachings of the Bhagavad Gita in their daily life. So let us warmly welcome Prabhuji by one time chanting Hare Krishna Mahamudra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Sure. Thank you, Tejashvi, for the introduction. So I hope everybody is ready for the session. I'm very happy that youth boys are coming to a temple on a Saturday evening. This is a very strange thing, right? When people are hanging, actually people on Saturdays in Bangalore especially, they make a lot of plans, and then they go out and hang around to enjoy, to loosen themselves, to have a peaceful time, a free time after such a long week of intense hard work. But some boys are coming in the temple. It's such a culture shock for many people. But what are these boys doing in a temple, especially on a Saturday evening, right? But obviously, it's for a great purpose. The purpose is to understand Bhagavad Gita. And tomorrow is a very, very important activity. Shri Narendra Modi is going to have a session on addiction-free Bharat. Nasha Mukt Yuva for Viksit Bharat. Are you aware of that? No? Anyone? You're not aware. Come on, it's such a big event which is happening tomorrow, right? So so today we see so many youth are distracted, completely distracted from the goal of life, distracted from even their material careers. So many distractions are there. So these sessions will help us to understand, to come back to the right track of life based on the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, and to understand what's my purpose of existence, how to become permanently happy in life, right? So today's topic is also very, very amazing, very deep, very fundamental, from Bhagavad Gita's second chapter. We'll dive deep into it. So let's start with the prayers. So I'll chant and you can repeat after me. So let's close our eyes and let's have a prayerful mood. So we'll seek blessings of the Lord and the Acharyas. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. You can open your eyes and see the slide also. Otherwise, you'll not know the prayers. And if you can hear me and chant, that's best. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve. Gauravani Pracharine. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi. Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar. Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, Hare Krishna. So I once again welcome everyone to this amazing session of Festival of Enlightenment. How many of you are attending the second session today? Amazing. So repeaters, very nice. Very happy to see. So what is today's topic? Anyone has seen the message? You remember? Huh? Sorry? Yeah, please speak out loudly. Yeah, can you come closer? Maybe till that this mat. Don't come and sit on the ground, but at least mat. One mat is empty. So what is today's topic? Nobody remembers. Festival of Enlightenment. That's a series. Oh, you checked the message now. Okay, very smart. Gen Z. You're Gen Z? So exploring the inner self. Okay. So we'll discuss solely from Bhagavad Gita. It's not my opinion, your opinion, Modi's opinion, or somebody's opinion. No, it's Bhagavad Gita's opinion, and that makes it very, very authentic and powerful. So this is today's topic: exploring the inner self, and we dedicate this presentation to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. By Srila Prabhupada's mercy, he's a founder Acharya of ISKCON. How many of you know about Srila Prabhupada? Okay, many people know about Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada started this movement single-handedly, without having anything, no support, nothing, just selflessly for the welfare of the people. And he has presented this message of Bhagavad Gita as it is. And that's why, by his mercy, we are able to understand the Bhagavad Gita in right perspective. Who are we? Who am I? And that's what we'll discuss in today's topic. It is from second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, we are all sitting here. He has given us this nice setup where we can peacefully sit and discuss from Bhagavad Gita, realize that the subject matter, apply in our day-to-day life, right? So we should be very, very grateful to Srila Prabhupada. He has never put himself in the front. Many people don't know about Srila Prabhupada still. Those who come to ISKCON temples, still after coming for several months or so much of time, if you ask who is Srila Prabhupada, do you know? They will not know. Because Srila Prabhupada has never put him in front in this organization. He has always put Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam in front. Yes, so let's express our gratitude and let's start. We'll start with one activity. Okay, so let's be interactive. Okay, let it be an interactive session. I'll ask you one question and you have to answer. Okay. So the activity is, let's say, just suppose today evening after completing the session, in my bag I have some money. Okay, I have 1 lakh rupees cash. So if I come to you and I give you that 1 lakh rupees today, and I ask you that please keep it safe for 1 week, and after 1 week I'll come to you again to your PG or to your room, wherever you're staying, and I'll take it back after 1 week. It's my money, I'm giving to you, and I'll take it back after 1 week. Please keep it safe. And suppose I come back after 1 week and I take the money back, how will you feel? How will you feel? Nothing. Neutral. हाँ ठीक है, उसका पैसा तो ले गया, खत्म. But you will be in anxiety ना to keep it safe. You will be thinking कब आएगा वो, कब ले जाएगा यार मेरा. If somebody steals it, what will happen? I have to give it from my pocket. You will be in anxiety definitely, but at the end when I take away, you will be peaceful, right? Second scenario. Second scenario is you get 1 lakh rupees in lottery. You get it yourself. Okay, it's your lottery money. And the next day it is stolen. Somebody comes and steals it. How will you feel? Sad, no? Why? Anyways, in the first case, the money, you got the money and it went away. But you didn't feel sad. But in the second case, why are you feeling sad? Huh? Mera paisa hai na? It was my money. So what is that between me and my money? What is that thing, or what is that particular thing which is causing this sadness? Huh? Moha Maya. No? Moha. Moha. Okay. So any other answer? Yeah. Okay. What expectation? Or it went away. No? I couldn't execute that plan. Okay. Okay, let's go more deeper. What is that between me and my money? As he told, Moh. Any other answer? Any other word you want to use for that? Attachment. Yes. That's what, huh? Yes. Same thing. Similar only. So attachment. That attachment is that one word which causes a lot of pain in our life, a lot of suffering in our life, right? So that's what was happening to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Before the battle began, what was happening to Arjuna? He gave so many reasons to Krishna. I will not fight Krishna. He's on the battlefield. Come on, the armies are ready. The conch shells are blown. But he's saying that I will not fight after all this has happened. Why? Because of attachment. He had this attachment. And how can I punish? How can I kill my own family members? He was attached. And because of that, he was suffering. And there's one verse where Arjun tells that my throat is drying up. My body is shivering, quivering. My body is burning. And I don't know what to do. I have lost all my composure and all my intelligence. Now please instruct me, O Krishna, what to do. What is my duty? Please instruct me. And that's because of attachment. And that's how Krishna's instruction starts, to deal with this attachment. And what is that instruction? In summary, to understand, Krishna starts speaking about what is temporary and what is permanent, and how to shift our focus from temporary to permanent. That's what Krishna's instruction is all about. Now we are focusing too much on temporary, and temporary things will be lost after some time. If you call it temporary, definitely it cannot stay forever, right? Very simple, logical. So if you get attached to some temporary things, naturally we will be sad. Naturally we will suffer. So how to shift our focus from temporary to permanent? First of all, understand what is temporary, what is permanent, and how to shift our focus from temporary to permanent. Okay? So this is the background. And today, okay, one more question I will ask you today. Is attachment wrong? What do you think? Yes or no? How many of you say that attachment is wrong? We should not have attachment. No one. Okay, how many of you say that yes, attachment is not wrong. We should have attachment. I see some people not raising their hands. I think they're confused. Confused that should I have attachment or not? It's okay, let me be neutral. Without attachment, I don't know whether to have attachment or not. Some people are confused. So, if we don't have attachment to something, how will we act? Right? It's logical. When we have attachment to something, some goal, then only we will put our endeavor. We will act to attain it. We will act for it. If you don't have any attachment, we'll be like a stone. Because a stone doesn't have any attachment. Stone, wherever you throw the stone, it will go away. Huh? So every bit, so attachment is not wrong. That's the answer. The only problem is attachment to temporary things is wrong. That is wrong. And that's what causes suffering. You understood? Simple. If I'm too much attached to this phone, if some scratch also comes on this screen, I'll be suffering a lot. And if I'm too much attached to my car or my bike, if something happens to the bike, little scratch also, I'll be gone. I'll go mad. It is because attachment to temporary things causes suffering. Understood? Okay, this is the background. So that's why it is very important to understand what is temporary, what is permanent, how to shift our focus from temporary to permanent. And that's what we will discuss in today's session. So this was the background. Okay, let's begin. We will begin with one common sense and some logic. Okay, one common sense and logic. Okay, tell me, when somebody dies, how do you convey the message? Let's say somebody died and you are conveying this message to somebody else, the third person. How will you convey the message? What will you say? Let's say the person who died is Michael. I'll not take any name. Otherwise, somebody will say that, oh, he's talking about me. And somebody may get offended. So Michael, let's say, he has died. How will you convey the message to other person? Okay, sadly, Michael has passed away. It's a nice gesture, sadly. With deep grievances, Michael has passed away. Any other answer? Huh? He's no more. He's no more. Yeah. Michael has passed away. He's no more. Any other last answer? Yes? Left the world. Okay, amazing. There are three answers. No, so passed away, no more, and left. But the fact is, Michael is still there. Michael's body is still there in front of you, right? If a person dies, the dead body is still lying there. Although he's not moving, he's not speaking anything, he's not doing anything, but the body is still present. How can you say that he's no more? You said he's no more. How can you say he's no more? He's there. He's there. Okay. You're from India, so you're from Bharat Varsha, especially Bharat Varsha, and in Bharat Varsha you're from Bharat Khanda. So you know the answer, but yes, we'll discuss from Bhagavad Gita today. So something is there which has passed away because the dead body is still lying, and still we say that, oh no, this is not Michael. Michael was alive 5 minutes back, but still he has passed away. It means we know, logically, we have this common sense that there is something inside the body which has left. As somebody mentioned, left. You mentioned left, right? So some entity was there inside the body which has left. And that's why this body is of no use. Although it is present, we are saying he's dead. It's a common sense. So we have that common sense within us when we speak also, right? To convey the message. So by common sense also we know that we are separate from the body. We are not the body. Also, one more common sense and logic. Let's say somebody has died and he told, in his will he wrote that my organs should be donated to the needy people. Okay? Let's say my eyes and some other organs. Now, if you have carefully observed, whenever the person dies and organs have to be donated, there is a certain time period in which it has to be done. You understand? You have noticed that? Like for eyes, how much time is there? Some 10 minutes or hours. I don't remember exactly, depending on the organ. Yes. So it means the organ is still active. That's why we are donating it. It is being removed and going to some other body. And as soon as we plug into the other body, it will work. Right? So the organs are working. They are in the working state, but still we are calling the body dead. How is it possible? Organs are in working state so that we can donate it, remove it and plug into another body. They're in working state to great extent. Then how can we say it is dead? The body is dead. Common sense. It's logic. It means there was something, we are accepting the body is dead. although the organs are working, and that's why we are donating. It means we are accepting that there was some entity inside the body who has left, and now we have to quickly remove the organ and plug it in some other body. It means we are accepting that the body is dead because some entity has left the body. You see, common sense. So through this common sense and logical understanding, also we understand that we get this feeling, we get this idea that we are different from the body. We are not the body. Hmm? Now, after this common sense, let's understand from Bhagavad Gita's perspective, right? So, what Bhagavad Gita talks about this aspect? We will chant one shloka, and this shloka, this verse from Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, verse number 13. This will be our foundation for today's session. Okay. So I will chant. You can repeat after me loudly, because chanting is also purifying. It purifies. It is Shabda Brahma. Okay. So please repeat after me. Dehinosman yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara तथा देहांतर प्राप्तिर धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति. Very, very nice shloka. There's a foundation of understanding about soul and body. So we will break this verse into 4 parts, and now we will discuss about the first part. You can see the underlined part, right, and the bolded part. So let's discuss about that first. So sequentially we'll discuss. We'll develop our understanding. Kaumaram Yauvanam Jara. So Krishna is talking about the body. Deha. You understand? You have seen this word? Deha. Dehi nosman yatha dehe. So Deha, this word comes. Deha means body. So Deha, that is body, is continuously changing. It's continuously changing throughout the life. How? First of all, the body is in boyhood. It's in a child phase. We have children, small children. Then it grows further. We enter into youth, the adulthood, right? And finally, we come to old age. The body is continuously changing, right? Now we'll do an activity to understand it, right? Can you name these personalities? Okay, please raise your hands. Okay, I'll just turn on the pointer. Yeah. Mother Teresa. Okay. Any other person? A.R. Rahman. Okay. Third one? Albert Einstein. Fourth one? Nelson Mandela. Okay, you will not speak now. Some other people. Roger Federer. Okay. Steve Jobs. This one? Barack Obama. The last at the end. Last row. Yeah, last row. Who is this personality? Okay. Oprah Winfrey. Yes. And the last one. The last row. This is easy. Queen Elizabeth. Yes. Now we'll do one more activity. Huh? This was easy, right? Because you know these personalities. You have seen these personalities quite often on the TV or in some articles, in some books. You have seen the photos. One more activity. I'll show you the pictures of same personalities in their boyhood or maybe girlhood. I don't know what to say, girlhood. And then the youth and then the old age. And you have to identify the personality then. Right? The body is changing. Okay, the first set. Please raise your hands. Who knows? Who is this person? From that set only, which we discussed. Okay, Albert Einstein. It's easy, right? It's easy to answer. The second one, it's a little difficult. Oh, how many say Queen Elizabeth? Any other answer? हाँ? 2 ही ladies थी, 3 ladies थी उसमें. Mother, answer everything. Somebody will say Mother Teresa, then you'll cover everything. Okay, the third one. It's a little easy, I think. Roger Federer. Okay, let's see the answers. The first is quite obvious. Second is Queen Elizabeth. Okay. And the third is, yeah, Roger Federer. It was a little easy. No? The second one was a little difficult, right? Now the second set. I mean, another set. Who is this? It's easy. From third picture, you can figure out. Although you're not able to understand the face, but still. Okay. This one. Hmm. And this one. Barack Obama, right? Yeah. This set was a little easy, right? Nelson. It was Nelson Mandela, by the way. And then Mother Teresa and Barack Obama. And the last set. Oh no, it's covered. Okay. Yeah. So now try to understand this. Why we did this activity? Na? It's not just for fun. Yes, थोड़ा मजा करते हैं यहाँ पे. अब आ ही गए हैं तो मजा कर लेते हैं थोड़ा. Obviously, it's fun, but we have to understand the concept. That aspect which we highlighted, the bolded aspect, underlined aspect. Kaumaram Yauvanam Jara. You see, the person of among all these personalities, the body is continuously changing, right? And sometimes you were not able to answer, right? For example, Queen Elizabeth, very few people were able to answer. You're not able to identify also. But when you saw the last image, the old image, you were able to identify Queen Elizabeth. But boyhood, sorry, girlhood, and then adult, and then you're not able to answer. But although the body was changing, the face was changing, the body was growing, it was becoming bigger and bigger, you know? The hair was turning gray, but still the person remained the same. You will call the personalities with the same name, Elizabeth, Elizabeth, Elizabeth. In the girlhood, adulthood also, old age also. Is the identity changing when the body is changing? The person remains the same. Like now, for example, what's your name? Vijay. So in the childhood, your name was different? No, same. After 20 years, same. No? So your name is but your appearance will change. But why the name remains same? Why the people still identify you as Vijay only, right? Although the body is changing, but our identity remains same. We call this the person with the same name. We see the person with the same identity. Vijay, Vijay, Vijay. Elizabeth, Elizabeth, Elizabeth. Although the body is changing, right? This is the first concept we need to understand. The body continuously changes throughout the life. Throughout the life. Now let's understand the second aspect, the second part. So it is highlighted, the underlined one. Dehino asmin yatha dehe. Right? Now there are two words here. Dehi, dehino, right? Dehi. And the last word, dehe or deha. Dehi and deha. So what are these two entities? So deha means body and dehi means soul. Okay. So how to understand this? The scriptures actually tell us that we are not the bodies, we are spirit souls. And we will understand it by a diagram. Okay, pictorially. You will remember this diagram throughout your life. Because pictorially our mind is able to process better. So how to understand? Soul is there. Soul, Dehi. And the soul is covered by coverings. Covering of the body. Or we can say the soul is inside the body. That is also one way of saying. Okay. Or soul is covered by the body, by the temporary body. Now let me ask you this question. How many types of bodies are there? 3? Oh, come on, you have 3 bodies? You have 3 bodies? How many of you say that one body only? We have one body. Please raise your hand. Okay, one body. Okay. Slowly, everybody. Okay. How many of you say that 2 bodies? Okay, don't answer. And how many of you say that more than 2 plus bodies? Okay. I think you all are confused. let me answer. We'll see from Bhagavad Gita only. Okay. There are 2 types of bodies which we have. Currently, we have two bodies. A person may go mad, right? I have 2 bodies. I'm able to see only one. But actually, there are 2 bodies. What are these 2 bodies? One is subtle body, Sukshma Sharir. And one is gross body, the Sthul Sharir. So what is the gross body? The body which we are able to see now. This is gross body. Okay, we'll understand more about this. And there is one subtle body also which is present. Okay. Now there is one shloka from Bhagavad Gita where we will be able to understand what is subtle body, what is gross body. Okay. Please repeat after me. This is from 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. See, we are discussing on Bhagavad Gita only. Bhumirapo nalo vayuhu khammano buddhirev cha ahankara itiyam me bhinna prakritirashtadha. You see, there are two sets here. Two sets. One set is the first underline and the second underline. Two sets. So Krishna is telling, the Lord is telling, Bhinna Prakriti Ashtadha. What is Ashta? 8. At least this much Sanskrit we should know. 8. So 8 types of energies. The Lord is telling, these are my 8 material energies. Okay. That's why we call it material body. Both the subtle and the gross bodies are material bodies. Okay. So the gross body is made up of the first 5 energies. The first 5 elements. What are these? Please read. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. Now, the combination of these elements, by the way, the earth which the Lord is telling here, Krishna is telling, it's not the earth which we see here. The earth. The water is not the water, the H2. It's more subtle, it's more sukshma. These are purest forms of elements, basic elements, which combine together in different proportions, and different types of bodies and different types of materials come into existence. The proportions in which these 5 elements combine, different types of materials come into being, right? So our gross body is also made up of these 5 elements. Now what about subtle body? The other 3 elements. What is that? Mind, intelligence, and false ego. Okay, so how to understand this? The gross body is made up of these 5 elements, and the subtle body is made up of these 3 elements. It's like the main garments, the main garment, like for example, we put our shirt, our pant. This is a main garment, right? We cannot directly wear a waistcoat over the body directly. First we wear shirt or t-shirt or whatever and pant. These are the main garments. So the main garment is the gross body. And over the main garment, some extra garment we put sometimes, right? Some sweater or some half waistcoat and acha lagne ke liye. That is like a subtle body. We can understand like that. There are 2 bodies over the soul. Now, can any one of you tell me how to differentiate between mind, intelligence, and false ego? Kya hai matlab ye? Mind, intelligence, false ego. Yeah, can anyone explain? Okay, let's go one by one. How does the mind work? Willing, okay. Desire, willing. I like this, I don't like this. I want to do this, I don't want to do this, right? Willing, or likes and dislikes, desire. Okay, thank you. How does the intelligence work? Categorizes the desires between right and wrong. So mind has told, I like this, I want to eat the ice cream. I like ice cream, I want to eat the ice cream. But the intelligence will say, no, Baba, you will get cold. रात को आइसक्रीम खाएगा पागल? रात को 11 बजे? At 11 o'clock you want to eat ice cream? And it's cold, it's winter now. You will suffer. The intelligence will say like this, right? Right or wrong? So intelligence always acts in terms of right and wrong. Mind acts in terms of likes and dislikes. And what about false ego? Any other person? Anyone else? False ego? What is false ego? How to understand that? Okay, the first activity which we did about money, right? So we called it my money. That is false ego. Although it doesn't belong to me because it's temporary. It has come for some time in my life. It'll go away. But still I get attached to something and I call it mine, me and mine, मैं और मेरा, right? Mamatva, aham mameti. Aham means I, mameti means mine. And we are all attached like this to so many things in life. Me and mine, मैं और मेरा, मेरे और मेरे दो, मैं और मेरी एक. It's like that we are attached. Me and my girlfriend. So there are many attachments, there are many identifications which we have in our life. So like that, that is the function of false ego. It compels us to build a relationship between something which doesn't belong to me. This is mine, ये मेरा है, ये मेरी है, whatever. And a person is mad. Some people cut their nerves also. ये सोच के कि she is mine. One person did it actually in my hostel when I was doing BTech. One person was so crazy about his so-called girlfriend. He actually cut his nerve to prove that you are mine and I can do anything for you. And later he was repenting. Itna blood loss ho gaya mera. What's the point? So the false ego actually makes us believe this, although that may not be the reality. That's why it is called false ego. False. So this is about subtle body, gross and subtle body. So we have soul, dehi, and then we have deha. Deha has two elements, two parts, two types, subtle body and gross body. Okay, understood till here? So now we covered the second aspect of the shloka. And there is one more entity, the Lord also talks about, Krishna also talks about, so he talked about material energies, 8 material energies, talks about spiritual energy also, which is higher than the material energies, superior. So let's chant the shloka. Aparyamitasttvanyam prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhuta mahabaho yayedam dharyate jagat. So Krishna tells there is another energy which is superior, higher than the 8 material energies. O Arjuna, which whatever I talked about, the 8 material energies, there is one more energy of mine which is higher than the 8 material energies, which is spiritual energy. And what is that? The Lord is actually telling about Jiva, the living entity. Jiva Bhutam. Jiva means the soul. Jivatma, the living entity. All the living beings are my spiritual energies. The spirit soul, basically. Krishna is talking about the spirit soul. So now you understood, right? There are 2 bodies. So there are 2 bodies, and we have, in terms of deha, gross and subtle, and we have soul also, spirit soul. Actually, we have spirit souls, but we have body. Sometimes people say, I am this body and I have a soul. This is a wrong statement according to scriptures. The correct statement is, what is the correct statement? I am soul and I am this body. I have this body. I am soul and I have this body. I am spirit soul. I am eternal. I never die. But I have a temporary body as of now. This is the reality. And just understand, if somebody comes to this realization, he will be so happy in life. You know, that I am a spirit soul, and today I have attended a class on the 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So we were discussing about this analysis of body and soul. And Krishna is telling so many things. The soul is unchangeable. The soul is eternal. It's nitya, shashvat. So the soul is eternal. Soul never dies. Now we'll see what happens at the time of death. If soul doesn't die, now we can ask this question: what happens at the time of death then? Whether soul dies or not. We'll see that in the next aspect of the same shloka, the first shloka. Also, we can, our scriptures, this is from one of the Upanishads or Puranas, I don't remember, but yes, it's from our scriptures, that's how we can pictorially depict different entities. So what are the 5 horses representing here? Try to observe carefully. Some things are there. Eyes, nose, ears. What are these? What is this? Senses. Our senses. So the 5 horses are like 5 senses, which take input. Eyes take input from outside, ears take input from outside, right? And ears and nose and tongue, they take input from the external world. and they are always hankering. The senses are hankering after experiences. Like tongue wants to taste something nice, the eyes want to see something beautiful. Always the senses are going to different objects. They want to gather some experiences. They want to be satisfied. So they are like horses. But now, if the horses are not controlled, just imagine you have five horses, and the horses are uncontrolled. What will happen? The horses will go here and there. One horse will go in this direction, another horse will go in this direction. Like one sense will look for experience in this direction, one another sense will hanker for something else, and a person will go mad. So that's why we have a mind. The mind, which are like the ropes. The rope signifies the mind here. So mind should direct the senses that I want this. Go in this direction only. Don't go in that direction. I like this. I want this. Then who is the person who is holding the rope? What does he signify? Intelligence. Yes. Because now mind should be under the control of intelligence. Because if the intelligence doesn't say what is right, what is wrong, the mind may also go wrong. Mind may be too emotional about something. कि गुलाब जामुन तो मुझे खाना ही है आज. I'll eat 5 gulab jamuns today, but you will get diabetes. You're already suffering from high sugar, and you want to eat gulab jamun more. The intelligence should control. No, 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 no. Hey, mind, you are in the wrong direction. You will get more sugar. You will get diabetes. So a lot of suffering. So mind, intelligence should control the mind. Should control the rope, and finally the rope will control the senses. And who is the person sitting behind in the chariot like this? Huh? Soul. The body is the chariot actually. The chariot on which he is sitting is the body, because the soul is sitting on the body. The soul is inside the body, right? It's like that. So this pictorially, this picture represents different entities. We can understand how everything works. Okay, let's continue. The third aspect, let's come back to the main shloka of today's section, today's discussion. The third aspect. Now, what happens at the time of death? The soul dies. We'll discuss from Bhagavad Gita what he says, what Krishna tells you. Tatha dehantara praptir, deha antar praptir. So what happens at the time of death? Deha, what is deha? Body. Antar means change. So the body changes completely. Now the body was already changing in this life, from boyhood to youthhood to old age. But at the time of death, you can imagine like this: when you wear any clothes, and the clothes now start getting torn, the clothes become useless, or the clothes fades away. Some T-shirt fades away. Will you still wear in your office? No, you will throw away, and you will purchase a new Alan Solly or something, Peter England or some T-shirt or shirt, right? So once the clothes become useless, you throw it away and you purchase new one. Similarly, when this body becomes useless, how it becomes useless? The organs start shaking. We'll not be able to see also. We have to wear specs or lenses, or the kidney starts failing. We're not able to breathe. The blood pressure starts rising, heart attacks. The brain stops functioning. So a lot of things will happen. So body starts dwindling. The organ starts failing, and that's when the soul realizes, oh, the time has come. Now this body is useless. Let me come out of the body. So what will Prakriti do? The Prakriti, the material nature, will actually take out the soul from the body, and it will take the soul into the next body. And how we can understand this? We'll understand it through one pictorial animation. So you will always remember throughout your life. Okay. So we have a gross body, we have a subtle body, and we are soul. We are soul. Okay? We are soul, and we have two bodies. What happens at the time of death? This is an animation. Try to carefully observe. When I click, something will happen there. So at the time of death, what happens? The soul. Okay, first of all, the gross body, the blue one, gross body dies. So Michael has died, right? Michael's dead body is lying. So gross body has died. We know that the dead body has stopped functioning. The gross body has stopped functioning. So gross body is gone. It has died. What about the subtle body? What do you think? How many of you say that subtle body also dies and it just disappears? The mind, intelligence, false ego. How many of you say that? That subtle body also disappears when the death happens. The mind is like, mind disappears, intelligence disappears, just goes away somewhere. How many of you? Yeah, okay, only two. Okay, three. So others, what do you think? The subtle body remains? Yes? Yes, the answer is yes, the subtle body remains. So what happens? The soul, along with the subtle body, the same subtle body, which was there in the previous body, previous gross body, the same subtle body, the soul and the same subtle body pass or get transferred to a new gross body, the green one. The blue gross body, the previous one is gone. Gross body, it has died. Now we get another gross body, new gross body, a new birth. Hmm. And the soul, along with the subtle body, same subtle body, passes on or pass on to the next life, next birth. And that's how we call it new birth or reincarnation. How many of you heard this word reincarnation? Punarjanma? Punarjanma, right? This is the answer to reincarnation. That the soul and the subtle body pass on to the next gross body. Same soul, same subtle body. So, so this concept actually helps us to understand the incarnation, reincarnation, mystery of reincarnation. And there was one very renowned professor, scientist. He was a professor of psychiatry in University of West Virginia. He studied so many cases of 3,000 plus cases of reincarnation. Dr. Ian Stevenson, and still there is a student of there is one student of the many students, but one of the students is in India also, and her name is Satwan Pasricha, and she's actually in Bangalore. You can meet her if you want. So she's the head of department of clinical psychology at NIMHANS, the National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences at Bangalore. She's a student of Dr. Ian Stevenson, the professor of psychiatry. And he has studied 3,000 plus cases of reincarnation. And one of those cases, very successful cases, renowned cases, I'm going to say, was of Deep Kapadia. How many of you heard this name, Deep Kapadia? You can know about him today. There is one person today also. His name is Deep Kapadia, Professor Deep Kapadia. He belongs to Mumbai. He took his birth in Mumbai, okay, in his current life. At the age of 3.5 years, when a child doesn't even know how to speak properly, he's just learning, or maybe nursery class, whatever, he started speaking Marwadi. Now, Mumbai is in which state? Maharashtra. How many of you from Maharashtra? 3 people. Do you know Marwadi? No. But this person, he was from Mumbai and he started speaking Marwadi. And not at the age of maybe, when he was adult. Maybe he must have learned at that time, right? Marwadi seekh liya hoga. Nahi, at the age of 3.5 years. Totla tha wo, but Totle Panti mein he was just speaking in a broken language only, speaking Marwadi. Out of nowhere. And the parents were going mad. कि मेरा बच्चा ये दीप कहाँ से बोल रहा है मारवाड़ी? From where he is speaking Marwadi? From where he is learning Marwadi first of all? In 1980s it is. 1980s. Long time back. And at that time, Dr. Ian Stevenson's team got to know about this case. And they understood that this is a genuine case. It should be, it will go hit. So they came to Mumbai and they started studying about this case. So what they did is they told the parents, don't go mad, it's okay, it's okay. They consoled them. And then they actually told them, let's go to Udaipur. So this child was speaking about Udaipur. My house is in Udaipur, Rajasthan, right? Marwadi. So they told her, they told the parents, let's go to Udaipur. Let's take the child. Let's see what happens. So they actually went on a train, and the child was able to guide. He was able to identify some places at the age of 3.5 or 4 years. Such a small age. And he actually was able to identify his house also. And then as soon as they knocked the door in Udaipur, his house, When the doors got opened, a 32-year-old, I should not say boy, but man, a grown-up man, 32 years old, he opened the door. And this small child, he hugged that person. And he told, "Oh, my son." Now, this 32-year-old person was also going mad. My son? This 3.5 years small child is saying, "My son," to 32 years old person? How is it possible? It, because then Dr. Einstein understood. And then he also revealed so many other things which were there in the house. So like that, they understood that this was a case of reincarnation. And this got published in the newspapers also that time, in 1980s, early 1980s. The big case. And then like that, there are so many cases. And Dr. Ian Stevenson has written so many books also. These are some few books which have been written. Some of them are from Ian Stevenson, for example, this one, Children Who Remember Previous Lives. And then we have this one also, right? So some books are from Ian Stevenson and many other books. So this is about reincarnation. Why? Okay, why it happens? Why the person is able to remember his past life? Why? Because subtle body also goes to the next body, next life with the soul. Although gross body doesn't go, a new gross body he gets, but subtle body same mind, same impression, same memories, right? Now, next important concept, or next important thing which you must have observed, maybe I don't know if some of you have that. Many people have it, and that is called phobia. I'll not ask how many of you have some phobias. What is phobia? It's like an unrealistic fear. मतलब fear रहता है, पानी के पास जाने से डर लगता है. When a person goes to height, he looks down, he feels so terrified, fearful. If somebody stays alone in a room, he feels fearful. Phobia from fire, phobia from water, phobia from height. Why is it that from the very childhood, as soon as a child is born, there are different types of phobias? Why? What is the answer? What have we discussed now? Subtle body. The same subtle body from the previous life, it goes to the next life also, along with the soul. See, now you're able to appreciate, right? Logically, you are able to understand scientifically why these things happen. This is how our scriptures are so perfect, so practical. Bhagavad Gita is so practical. Our scriptures are so practical, and they are so scientific. Now you can appreciate our scriptures, the Vedic scriptures. This is how scientific they are. When we read scriptures, we can answer anything of this world and beyond. Any question you ask, you'll be able to answer if you read scriptures, if you read Bhagavad Gita and other scriptures. And there's one more thing called near-death experience. Some people have also experienced that they have come out of the body, some operation was going on, and actually there's one case study of one lady. She was being operated, and clinically she was proven dead. The ECG and EEG lines, so you are engineers, or maybe some, are you from medical also, some people? No? But EEG, ECG we know, right? Commonly. So EEG, ECG lines went flat like this, and the doctors and the helpers, the nurses and all, they were like, "Oh, the lady is dead." But actually, after some time, again the ECG starts going, the spikes come, and then it just again comes into picture from somewhere. And then that lady actually shared her experience that I was able to see myself from the top, that my body is lying on the operation table, whatever we call it, and the doctors are tensed, nurses are tensed, and after some time, suddenly I got into the body and I became conscious. I became conscious in the body. Many people have experienced near-death experience. So it also proves that we are different from the body. They are real-life experiences. And Dr. Michael Sabom, he was a cardiologist and professor of cardiology. He has also gone through. See, foreigners, they are going through so many case studies like this, and they have written books on this. Real-life case studies based on research and based on real-life experiences. So like that. So these we can understand when we understand this concept from Bhagavad Gita. And finally, the last one, and we'll end for today after this. The last aspect of the shloka. See, we discussed one shloka only today, and it is so deep, so deep. So one shloka of Bhagavad Gita, if it can give us so much of information, so much of depth, just understand how many shlokas are there in Bhagavad Gita. 700. Just imagine if you read 700 shlokas, what will happen to you? Like this, if we read, obviously, ऐसा नहीं कि आंख बंद करके पढ़ रहे हैं, मतलब दिमाग बंद करके पढ़ रहे हैं. We're just reading and we are not understanding. No, if we try to understand deeply like this, one shloka, it can change our life. One shloka is enough. So beautiful it is. Bhagavad Gita is very nice, very deep and very scientific and very, very beautiful and interesting. So last part, dhirastha trina mohyati. When a person understands all these three aspects, whatever we discussed till now, that a body continuously changes, but the soul doesn't change. The soul remains the same soul at the time of death with the subtle body comes out of the gross body because the body dies and it goes to the next body. When we have understood this, that person becomes very, very stable in life, very, very peaceful in life. He will rise above the fear of death. If somebody realizes this, that I am not this body, what is death? Death is just a change of the body. Come on. I'll just come out of the body and go to another body. But I will never die. If the person realizes this, he'll become so happy. So much stability will come in his life. He will not be fearful. Why are we fearful? Because we have not understood this. We have not realized this fact that we are not the bodies. We are eternal spirit soul. We will never die. We never die. We have not realized this. That's why we are fearful. कुत्ता पीछे भागता है तो हम भी भागते हैं कि कुत्ते ने काट लिया, रेबीज हो गया, मर जाऊंगा, है ना? When we cross the road, we look here and there so that a vehicle should not hit me. I will die. But obviously, it doesn't mean कि you don't, while crossing the road, you don't look here or there. I am not this body. I'm a spirit soul. Come on, I can do anything. No. So body is important because this human body is like it's a very great asset actually. In this human form, we have a lot of good intelligence. We have this capability to realize ourselves, to perfect spiritually, to perfect our life. So that's why we have to protect our body. But we have to have this understanding also that I'm not this body. This is also very important. You have to realize. And that person will not be bewildered at any point of time in life. He'll become so stable, so peaceful. This is the secret of becoming stable in life. ऐसा नहीं है कि कुछ बहुत सारे many motivational speakers speak big things, right? But people's lives don't change. Why? Because they're not speaking from Bhagavad Gita. They're not speaking about the reality. They're speaking about some temporary things, some temporary aspects. That's how we become very stable. There's a secret of becoming ultimately stable in life. Okay. And what happens? Okay, so we'll skip. What happens? What are the practical benefits when we realize all these aspects which we have discussed in the shloka 2.13? Universal brotherhood. What happens naturally when we see that everybody is a spirit soul and everybody has some different types of bodies, temporary bodies, but everybody is a spirit soul. So we start relating with others. That externally, whatever it may be, externally one may look ugly, one may look beautiful, externally on the bodily platform, or externally, let's say a person has taken birth in India or America or Pakistan, doesn't matter. But everybody is a spirit soul. If a person sees everyone on the platform of soul, naturally universal brotherhood comes into picture. And this is Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita doesn't talk about some external factors. It just talks about soul. And everybody is a spirit soul. Externally, it doesn't matter. One is a Hindu, one is a Muslim. They are all externals. Some temporary beliefs which we have taken over. It may change also. A Hindu may become Muslim tomorrow. A Muslim may become Hindu tomorrow. An Indian may take citizenship in America. So all these temporary designations may change. It's all temporary. But what will not change? That I am a spirit soul. This will never change. So universal brotherhood comes into picture naturally. That's why Bhagavad Gita is so amazing, so amazing. Rising above inferiority complex. So many times we may feel low due to inferiority complex. वो बहुत कुछ कर रहा है, मैं नहीं कर पा रहा. I'm not able to do so much in this field or that field. He's excelling so much, and we become envious of others, jealous, right? Inferiority complex. Some people say that you look ugly. Come on, you're so ugly, man. Gee, too. Some people actually criticize us externally on the bodily platform, but you can boldly say to that person, "I'm not this body. Get lost." If we have realized it. So we rise above inferiority complex that I'm not his body. Come on, the body is temporary. It's just for some years. It'll die after some time. So naturally, a person he rises above inferiority complex. He gains confidence in life. And the third one is positive outlook towards life, positive attitude towards life. So he will stop complaining about things. That this is not correct, that is not correct. You know, my health was not good. That's why I couldn't do this. So many complaints. फैन काम नहीं कर रहा है इसलिए मेरे को ये हो गया मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है इसकी वजह से मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है ही इज क्रिएटिंग सो मच डिस्टर्बेंस टू मी we'll have a positive outlook towards life. We'll start helping others because we will start understanding that it's all temporary. Whatever is happening is all temporary. This bad phase is coming in my life where I'm going through so much of crisis. It's temporary. It's temporary. It will also pass one day. Every temporary phase will end one day. So in the next sloka, I will not discuss today. 2.14 is for 2.13, right? 2.14 Krishna talks about temporary nature of different situations in life. And how different situations are temporary. Happiness is temporary. Distress is temporary. Why should we get bewildered by that? We should remain stable. We should tolerate that. If some crisis has come in my life, it will end one day. It's not permanent. So positive outlook towards life when we understand this aspect. And finally, right use of resources. When we understand that I am a spirit soul and everything is an energy of the Supreme Lord. Because the Lord is saying, I have 8 material energies and I have my spiritual energy also. So everything is an energy of the Lord. So why am I exploiting the resources of the Lord, the energies of the Lord? So we will utilize all the resources in this world with right perspective. We will not exploit resources. This particular thought process also we will develop. So these are some practical benefits: universal brotherhood, rising above inferiority complex, positive outlook and attitude to life, and finally right use of resources. Right? Very great, very nice. And finally, the practical tip for today. This is the last slide, and we'll take questions after this. So in the first session, how many of you came in the first session? Okay, many people, yeah. So what are the different, you understood the 4 types of needs we have in life? What are the 4 needs in life? Physical needs, emotional needs, psychological needs, and spiritual needs. Yeah. So today we will try to map these 4 needs with the 3 entities: soul, gross body, and subtle body. Okay. And you have to answer. I'll not reveal. Okay. So we have spirit soul, we have subtle body, and we have gross body. 3 entities, right? Today we discussed. We are souls. We have 2 types of bodies. That's a correct statement. Gross and subtle. Now we have 4 needs. So we will categorize the 4 needs in 3 categories. Physical needs. Okay, just wait. Some people are so eager, they can't wait. Okay. Okay. So psychological and emotional needs. This is second set. And the third need is spiritual needs. The first one maps to what? Physical needs. Gross body. Why? Because the gross body is like physical body, right? It needs water, food, air. So physical needs will be mapped to gross body. Simple, very easy. What about psychological and emotional needs? Why subtle body? What is subtle body? Mind, intelligence, false ego. So naturally, when we talk about psychological, mind comes into picture. Emotional, again, mind and intelligence will come into picture. False ego will come into picture, right? So that's why these can be mapped to subtle body. And finally, spiritual needs will be mapped to soul. Now, after understanding this, there's a last, I should say, statement or a very, very important line, a very important thing which we should practice in our life is don't starve the spirit soul. After understanding that we are spirit souls, we are not the body, we are spirit souls. We have temporary body, but we are spirit soul. So don't starve the spirit soul, because if we don't cater to the soul's needs, the spiritual need, the soul, how will we nourish the soul, right? That is also very important. So that's why spiritual activities are very, very important, because we are spirit souls. If we don't practice spirituality, the soul will not be nourished, and that's why we suffer, and that's why we are distressed, and that's why we are not happy in life. So to get permanent happiness in life, to achieve permanent perfection of life, we have to do spiritual activities. And what are those? Mantra meditation, the first one, which we are going to do after question and answers now. Every day, right? Every day, mantra meditation has to be done. It will give us a lot of realizations, a lot of clarity in life. Second is studying Bhagavad Gita. So today we saw only one shloka, 2.13, and you could appreciate, right? How many of you appreciated today's that discussion about one shloka, 2.13? Like that, we can discuss about 700 shlokas, and our life will change. Just for one shloka, so much of transformation can come, so much of understanding can come. Just imagine the other shlokas, what will happen. So studying Bhagavad Gita every day. This is about spiritual activity. And finally, the association of like-minded spiritualists. So you all are like-minded spiritualists. You know, you have left so much of, so many things are there, so many opportunities are there to enjoy outside. Eat some pani puri outside on a thela, you know, or do something, hang around here and there, go to Nandi Hills, you know, and feel the breeze. But you have come here on a Saturday evening to a temple, to a center, to hear Bhagavad Gita, and so many people. It's so amazing to see. So we should relish, we should cherish this association, because all of you are intelligent. That's why you have chosen this, right? And all of you are eager. So we should attend all these sessions consistently. And how many of you appreciate that today's session was an eye-opening session, right? So just imagine we have many more sessions to come. So please come every Saturday. So they are about spiritual activities. So mantra meditation, studying Bhagavad Gita every day, and then every Saturday at least you should come and attend the session. Okay, so we'll stop here. Any questions? So where is the mic? Okay, how many of you have questions? Okay, yeah, 3. So you can pass on the mic, the first one. You can tell your name and then you can ask your question.
I am Vijay. My question is you go about the case of reincarnation.
Sorry, taste of?
Reincarnation.
Oh, test of reincarnation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my question is why I am not able to remember my goals.
I expected this question. So when I was telling that some people remember their past life, some aspects of past life, some memories. But natural question, अरे मेरे को तो याद नहीं है, मेरे को तो अपने बचपन. Actually, frankly speaking, I don't remember even my childhood in this life. That what was I doing when I was 1 year old? I was like, I cannot remember. So forget about past life. This life only, we forget what we ate in the breakfast today. How many of you remember that? Okay, today some people may remember. 3 days back, how many of you remember that what did you eat in the breakfast? How many of you remember? Very few. Very few. कुछ special होगा तो याद रहेगा. The normal होगा तो वो भी भूल जाएंगे, right? Very few. So the answer to this is the Lord intentionally makes us forget. The Lord, the Supreme Lord, intentionally makes us forget the past life memories. Now, some people may understand that's like very rare, and those will be coming in the books of Ian Stevenson and then some real life case studies. But mostly, generally, most of the people forget, and Lord makes it, the Prakriti, the nature makes us forget. Why? Practically, we can understand. If you, let's say, I'll not tell you, otherwise you may get offended. Let's say I'll take it on myself. Let's say in my past life, I have died by falling down from 10 floors of building. From the 10th floor, I fell down and I died in the last life. Now just imagine when I'm going to office, and my company, my building has 9 floors, and I go to the top floor and I look down, and I start remembering that incident. from my past life? Will I be ever be able to stay peaceful in this life? And like that, you have so many memories, so many crises, so many sufferings from past life. Will you be able to stay peaceful in this life? Will you be able to live peacefully in this life? No. That's why Prakriti, the Lord, is so merciful. He's so merciful that He makes us forget. This is a logical understanding. And the Lord Himself says in Bhagavad Gita also, Mattah smritir jnanam apohanam cha, from me only, smriti, remembrance comes. From me only, apohanam, forgetfulness comes. I make you forget something. I'll make you remember something. The Paramatma, which is sitting in the heart. Suddenly, you must have seen in our office, sorry, in our school days or college days, you have studied so nicely, but still you forget something. याद नहीं आ रहा. Last moment when you see the question, you were thinking that I have studied this concept, but I'm not able to remind myself about it. I'm not able to remember. Why? Paramatma has made you forget that. So you are endeavoring to remember, but you're not able to. Why? The Lord makes us forget. So that's why mercifully the Lord makes us forget about past life experiences also. In general, some people who are too much attached to their past, to their life and so many things. So sometimes it happens that yes, some memories will be uncovered and then they're able to remember. It will be very difficult. Very difficult. So it's a logical answer. And from Bhagavad Gita only. Mattas madar jnanam apohanam cha. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita. It is from 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 15th shloka. The answer is from Bhagavad Gita. Okay, any other question? Thank you. Yeah. Please prepare for mantra meditation. Okay, yeah, very, very nice question. Very deep question. So if the soul keeps switching the bodies, one body to another, where does the moksha come into picture, right? The liberation. Yes. So we will have another session to understand this, which is based on third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which is law of karma. The law of karma. We'll understand more deeply about this, that how can we actually get liberation from this cycle of birth and death. This is like a cycle, right? We are taking birth and then we are living in a particular body. The soul is living in a particular body, dying after some time. Again, the soul is coming out, again entering into another gross body with the previous subtle body. The soul and the subtle body enter into next gross body, again new birth, and again living and then again dying. So this is a cycle of birth and death, birth and death. How can we come out of the cycle of birth and death? Basically, how can we get liberated? We'll understand more deeply. I'll not answer today. Maybe because it will be bouncer for many people actually. So if you're interested, we can discuss during sadhana. So, but we have a nice session for that, detailed session. All your answers will be answered. Questions will be answered. Don't worry about it. Okay? But yes, we can break the cycle of birth and death. We can come out. We can actually achieve liberation. And that's what Bhagavad Gita teaches us. How to come out of the cycle. Okay.
Myself,
Okay. What was your good name? Huh? No. Vikram. Okay.
I would like to know what is permanent.
What is permanent? Soul is. The soul is permanent. We saw today. So there are many shlokas in Bhagavad Gita, especially starting from shloka number 16th, 15th or 16th, in second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The Krishna very analytically he tells that the soul, the spirit soul, is the Atma, is imperishable. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha. So that shloka tells from Bhagavad Gita that a soul cannot be cut into pieces. Nainam chindanti shastrani, by any weapon, shastra, it cannot be cut into pieces. The soul cannot be dried by the wind. Basically, by any material object, the soul cannot be affected. The soul is permanent. Okay, and many times Krishna keeps on using this word nitya. Nitya means forever, eternal, infinite. From minus infinity to positive infinity, the soul lives forever. And that's why Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita 2.13, which we saw today, the soul continues in the next body, and in the next body, and the next body. So body is temporary, the soul is permanent. That's what we discussed today in this session. And one who understands that the soul is permanent, I am soul and I am permanent, I will never die, he becomes dhira, stable.
I realized what you said. Then where I need to do this acting is material work. Where I need to study Gita and that.
Ah, yeah. So again, we'll see in law of karma. Why are you taking birth? Like, why are you taking birth? First of all, this question also can be asked. And if I take birth, I have to go in the rat race again, study from the nursery, then go to LKG, UKG first, 12th, and then give boards, and the paper leaks in NEET or JEE. And then many protests happen in Jantar Mantar. So much of misery, right? People are going through so much of misery, so much of pain. Why I have taken birth? Why I have to die? So we will answer this question again in the law of karma session. Okay, but you have to come for that. If you disappear today, then you'll not be able to understand. So please come.
Question you asked to online.
Huh?
Online.
What online?
Someone is attending session online.
Okay.
Is there any provision for them to ask?
Yeah, we have live stream going on right now. So if somebody is attending online, they can post their question. We'll try to answer.
Maybe next session then plan to.
Physically, if you come, it will be very nice. And I request everyone to come physically. Right? Because see, physically you can ask question, you can talk to other people also. Right? And it's a nice association. And this is a different feel altogether in physical sessions. Okay, so please come. Okay, last question. We'll go to mantra meditation now. Okay, last question there, the end. Please distribute the beads. Please distribute the beads.
Actually, I don't have a question.